if you were to ask people in Britain, which club, Wolfsburg or Kaiserslautern, which one would you consider the biggest? I mean, depending on age, most would probably go with around here, Wolfsburg. Of course, they've spent 29 seasons in a row in Germany's top flight in the Bundesliga, and the younger generations wouldn't know a Bundesliga without Wolfsburg. Of course, that's not the case this season. They're playing in the second Bundesliga, but very consistent. Of course, during that time, they'd actually win the Bundesliga in 2009. They'd win the German version of the FA Cup, the DFB Pokal, in 2015. And they very much were competitive during those 29 seasons. However, in Germany, they obviously look at things a little bit differently. Wolfsburg, or VfL Wolfsburg, aren't actually that liked for the same reasons that Bayer Leverkusen are a little bit disliked as well. People feel they have an unfair advantage. We know the 50+1 rule exists in Germany, meaning that most clubs operate under fan control. The fans have that one extra vote compared to sponsors, so they always maintain the control. But the knock-on effect is it hinders them a little bit financially, whereas there are exemptions like Bayer Leverkusen, who are backed by the pharmaceutical giant Bayer, and of course today's home team, Wolfsburg, of course backed by the car manufacturer Volkswagen. Now Wolfsburg, the area, was built up through the workers of Volkswagen. I guess the closest thing in England you could compare it to would be Bourneville in the Midlands. Of course, Cadbury being the chocolate giant. Cadbury chocolate bars, basically. Obviously, Bourneville was an area for the workers of Cadbury. They'd live there and obviously they'd work. And they do have a football team. They actually have a team called Cadbury FC. Now, Cadbury FC obviously play in the lower leagues, but if you imagine Cadbury FC being backed by the chocolate manufacturer and Cadbury FC climbing the leagues, getting to the Premier League and eventually winning the Premier League, that's the closest thing I could compare VfL Wolfsburg to. Of course, they only got to the Bundesliga in 1997 for the very first time. Before that, they only got to the second Bundesliga in 1992. Before that, they played in the regional leagues. So it is a more recent success for VfL Wolfsburg. A lot of the people we'll experience today are employees of Volkswagen, and they moved to the area for work-related purposes. So this is going to be interesting. Obviously, as a Brit, as an Englishman especially, I'm used to money being in the game here in England. It's a little different in Germany with the rules we've just mentioned, but I thought it'd be nice to offer a fresh perspective. It's the opening game for both clubs in the second Bundesliga, the Zweite Bundesliga. This is going to be good. Hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and let's see it for ourselves. Let's go. So we've just come from Magdeburg, just in a really crazy game. Magdeburg lost 6-1 to Eintracht Braunschweig, and it was quite feisty. We did have a couple of ultras come up to us and force us to try and pay some money. You know, they're just doing their thing, aren't they? It's going to be a slightly different vibe here in Wolfsburg. But before we get on to exploring the Volkswagen Arena, which looks really, really nice from the outside, of course I know the perception amongst Germans is a little bit different than us Brits, but we need to speak about Kaiserslautern because really big opponents today for Wolfsburg. Of course, Kaiserslautern probably best known for being the one and only second division team to go on to win the Bundesliga. Of course, in the 97-98 season, they shocked the world. And I always remind people when they speak about Leicester City, the Fearless Foxes in 2016, winning the Premier League. I'd argue that Kaiserslautern's story is just as, almost as crazy, maybe even more crazy than Leicester City's. Of course, Kaiserslautern would be relegated from the Bundesliga in 1996. And if winning the Bundesliga as a second division club wasn't crazy enough, that season they dropped down to the second division. They also won the DFB Pokal, the German version of the FA Cup. Of course, then they'd get promoted in 96-97, and then in 97-98, as I said, they'd go on to win the bloody Bundesliga. Obviously, 7 years prior, they'd won the Bundesliga in 1991, which I guess takes the glamour off that achievement. Of course, Leicester City have only won the Premier League once, but they are four-time Deutscher Meister. They did win the German championships for 2 more times, as well as those 2 Bundesliga titles as well. So Kaiserslautern, a club very much rich in history. This club gets often criticised for its history, or its history being more recent. It's a fantastic encounter, of course. Wolfsburg, odds-on favourites to win the Zweite Bundesliga, to get promoted again. And Kaiserslautern, I've got Kaiserslautern in my predictions to finish 5th, but you guys say that's a little bit generous. Obviously, I've gone with the home team today. I'll follow the crowd, and they are my predictions to win the 2nd division and go straight back up. Fun fact as well, I know we're in Wolfsburg, not Kaiserslautern, and we have made some Kaiserslautern videos, but the Betzer, the Fritz Walter Stadion, their home, you could pretty much fit half of the population of Kaiserslautern in that stadium. They really are a fantastically supported club, the Red Devils. So yeah, I'm fond of Kaiserslautern. Again, I'm going to hold off criticism just because it's a cool thing to do of the home team. I always feel like when you're occupying a seat in that section, you need to get behind whatever seat you're occupying. So we're going to do that. We're going to head to the fan shop. We're going to have a little look round. And again, these boys here, they're all glory hunters. Jebbo here, hello, mate. He's already sacked off Bochum. He's gone for the other VFL, Wolfsburg. Yep. You're going to get kitted up, aren't you, mate?
No, not today, mate.
No?
I'm going to get a scarf and a pin badge, obviously, same old, same old.
Mate, what's your tip? What's your prediction,
Ooh,
sorry?
3-1 Wolfsburg, see some goals, bit of action, maybe a red card.
Sounds fantastic.
Crazy gym, atmosphere.
So you're saying 3-1 today. Do you think, we'll just say Wolfsburg, it's easier for us to say. Do you think they will smash this 2nd division? Do you think they will go straight back up?
Theoretically, on paper, they should, shouldn't they?
Yeah.
They definitely should, so.
Kaiserslautern, do you know much about Kaiserslautern?
No, only just the fact you told me they've got a big fan base, really.
Big fan base, yeah.
About it,
I mean, and like we said, a lot of the people who support Wolfsburg are employees of Volkswagen, but you know, there was people living here prior to this kind of boom of the area, so you know, it is their local club, and we'd accept that, wouldn't we?
Definitely all
and you obviously just for the first time heard about the Kaiserslautern badge, or saw the Kaiserslautern badge.
What,
one fuck.
One fuck, yeah.
So
is it going to be 1 fuck, 2 fuck, 3 fucks, or 4?
How many fucks do you give about this fixture today?
0.
Let's go check out the fan shop. Let's go. So you should know by now that Jebbo loves big balls. Don't you, Jebbo? A lot of clubs, I've noticed, the last couple of years have resorted or gone back to their old badges. Obviously, Wolfsburg have put a modern spin on their old badge because, again, as much as people say they don't have a rich history, that was their badge back in the day, or pretty similar to that. What other clubs have done that same thing? Ajax, I guess. Joel's from Amsterdam. Ajax have gone back to their old badge, haven't they? I like it. I prefer that darker green than that lime green they used in more recent years. Say what you want about Wolfsburg, it's an absolutely beautiful ground. There's so much going on. You've got all kinds of sports activities. Obviously you've got these guys, what are they, jet skis? They're doing something. I don't know what it's called. You've got another stadium over there. AOK Stadium. Is that where the women play? Obviously, if you didn't know, VfL Wolfsburg have a really, really good women's team. They're one of the giants of Frauen Bundesliga. I swear they play there. I might be wrong. And of course, the big dog itself. There's loads going on here. Again, lots of money has been pumped into the area. Yep, we've mentioned Volkswagen, of course, by far the biggest employer in the area. You can see the VW influence all around the stadium. You've got cars on display, and I guess that's one of the club's biggest criticism. Sometimes it does feel like one big advert for the car company. Anyway, you'll see more of that influence as we explore the area in a moment. We're going to go and check out their previous ground, the VfL Stadion, and of course we're going to try and avoid getting in trouble with the ultras. Now I know Wolfsburg is a lot different than Magdeburg, but again, if you did see the Magdeburg video, we did get a little bit of bother. I'm guessing these guys are going to be a fraction friendlier. Right guys, I made the wrong decision to try and walk to the old stadium because I've had about 15 minutes of fans coming along this way. Really good support. Apparently Wolfsburg are a plastic club, but loads and loads of fans, and the ultras seem a little less intimidating than the Magdeburg ones were for sure. I'm trying to be respectful, of course, with the camera. These aren't the ultras, obviously this is just normal people. The ultras are at the front. Whew. Hopefully we get to the old ground. Let's go and have a look. Alright then guys, so through those gates is of course the former grounds. It played here from when it opened in 1947 up until the move to the current ground in 2002. It can hold around 17,600 people, and I can guarantee one thing, it stinks of piss. I think this is where all the Wolfsburg fans come for a cheeky little piss before going to the ground. God. Beautiful aroma of piss. And I think I'm gonna add to that because I'm gonna go for a wee myself. People are really nice around here, and again, I find it quite ironic. You've got tradition since 1945. Of course, the founding date of this club, and people always speak about how they're not one of the traditional football clubs. Again, people here in Wolfsburg would beg to differ. Mouthful of cobwebs. This feels really creepy actually. Imagine coming here late at night in the winter. Obviously this would have been, or maybe it still is. Doesn't look like it's been. Again, smells very old. Smells very 1947 when this place opened. Fans of this traditional football club would walk through here onto the VfL, or into the VfL stadium. It's nice to learn that the club, people say, has no history or deep, rich, old history, and it does have some. You can see there, guys, Werkstattverein, work, city, club. Such a contrast from some of the places we've been to before in Germany. It doesn't even feel like we're in Germany, especially with this weather. I'm absolutely sweating, I'm not going to lie, and I'm wearing a Benidorm t-shirt. I could well be, maybe not in Benidorm, it's a little bit rugged. I could definitely be somewhere in Spain today. You've got the main station, Hauptbahnhof here. I've seen in the distance is that a VW factory? The big VW logo, of course. The company in which the Stadt was built around. Yeah, nice, good. It literally is like a greenhouse in here. It's a beautiful stadium, but wow, juicy bratwurst in, because this surely can't be too bad for your health. Look at that, it looks clean. So we've just climbed 25 flights of stairs.
Climb Mount Everest, mate.
We climbed Mount Everest.
Into a greenhouse.
And into I took the words from my mouth. I've just had a nice bite of the big sausage. I want to film you chewing on that sausage, Jebbo.
I didn't get any bread, but sausage belter.
I'll be honest, most bratwursts do taste similar. This is a good one, this is nice.
What about that one?
I think my one's better. Prost. In the eyes. Prost. You gotta look in the eyes. Prost. Prost.
Is it Prost or Prost?
Prost. P-R-O-S-T.
I've been saying Prost. Like as in like Tony Prost.
Jebbo's been saying crust rather than Prost.
I
we're doing this whole taste test thing, but this is San Miguel. Jebo's on the Coke because he's gone straight edge. No more beer for Jebo. Oh shit!
Nah, you're a fucking criminal. That's fucking criminal.
Guys, beautiful stadium. Obviously both ultras are here, Jebo. We managed to avoid no trouble with the ultras today.
No, yeah, it's a bit mad in it, but nice looking stadium, very clean.
Can we do a crust? What do you call it? Toast. Toast.
I've got nothing but
toast. So obviously tonight's game is going to be broadcast live. We got the Zweite Bundesliga camera behind us, Joel, but the videos we're producing tonight are going to be far superior in the quality.
100%. Quality-wise, it's better.
Are you sure they're not working for Joel's channel, the camera behind? Is that your cameraman?
I wish.
So that camera behind is for Jebo37, the YouTube channel. You should subscribe to this guy. This guy, I got him, this guy. Right then guys, the stadium looks huge aesthetically. The capacity is actually just under 30,000 for league games. Obviously 8,000 of that 30,000 capacity is standing, of course. For international games, obviously they can't do the standing, so it brings the capacity down to 26,000, the same size as the Ruhrstadion in Bochum. But this looks so much bigger. I know again it holds more than that, it holds about 30,000, but still. Utter woke nonsense. And obviously guys, they've got the section in the corner, but Kaiserslautern fans have bought many a home ticket over there as well. And as Joel just pointed out, over in the corner, we can't really see it. There's loads of Kaiserslautern fans in the corner. So I mean, from that 30,000 capacity, I would suggest that maybe...
I genuinely think maybe 10,000.
I was going to say 10,000, maybe 8,000.
Like just underneath it, but around that.
Yeah.
It's insane how filled they've made it.
And obviously it's the opening weekend of the Zweite Bundesliga. I mean, my prediction is going to be a bold 4-0 to Wolfsburg. But you can't help but feel that the Kaiserslautern fans are going to put on a massive show. I'm hoping for a bit of pyro. It looks like we're going to have a bit of a choreo, tifo. You see over there in the distance.
Wir sind eng verbunden, bis in alle Ewigkeit. in VfL Bochum. Guys, outside.
A wild song water in Wolfsburg.
45 Minuten. Gemeinsam.
Look at how you can tell the tourists are in. As soon as the light show comes on, they all get the camera out. And now it's a weird tactic. That headband was shite.
We walked it out, it had bad shite.
They're redoing the tifo. No chance of a goal tonight, guys, so they thought, fuck it, let's redo the bloody tifo. I say that though. For this state out. Oh, nice pass though. Oh, fucking hell. There we go then, guys. It was a highly entertaining game.